Let's get right into this. Number 10. Immortal jellyfish that reverse age. Immortal jellyfish can reverse age. Yep, the ocean literally has its own reset button. These guys reach adulthood, realize life is exhausting, then transform back into baby jellyfish, like hitting Ctrl+Z on existence. Scientists discovered that they can revert their cells through a process called transdifferentiation, which basically means, forget this job, I'm starting kindergarten again. Imagine being 45, mortgage overdue, back pain kicking in, and suddenly deciding, nah, I'm going back to daycare for free naps and juice boxes. Relatable, right? But here's the rub. Immortal doesn't mean invincible. They still get eaten by turtles, sucked into filters, or turned into smoothie mix by boat propellers. So yes, they've cracked the code to aging, but they haven't cracked the code to not being squishy. They're proof immortality exists. If your dream life is being endlessly reborn into jelly with no brain, honestly, it's less cheating death and more respawning with zero upgrades. Number 9. Axolotls that never grow up. Axolotls never grow up. Literal aquatic man-children with fluffy pink gills sprouting out of their heads. They look like anime characters permanently stuck in cute mode. While normal salamanders grow legs, ditch the pool, and hit land like responsible adults, axolotls just stay forever young. Scientists call it neoteny. We call it refusing to pay bills. Even crazier? They can regrow entire limbs, parts of their brain, even their spinal cord. Cut off an arm? No problem. Then give it a few weeks. Meanwhile, you stub your toe and need a day off. But here's the twist. While everyone breeds them in labs and fish tanks, their wild cousins in Mexico are critically endangered, thanks to pollution and habitat loss. So the eternal teenager of the animal world might not actually live that long. It's like being the friend who never leaves college. Sounds fun, until the college burns down. Axolotls are proof that refusing to adult is cute, until extinction comes knocking. Number 8. 500-year-old Greenland sharks. Greenland sharks live up to 500 years. Half a millennium of glacial drifting, blind squinting, and looking like a decomposed couch cushion. Scientists carbon-dated proteins in their eyes and found some were born before Shakespeare. Imagine floating through centuries, watching the rise and fall of empires, and the only thing you've eaten is rotting fish and the occasional polar bear carcass. Their secret? An insanely slow metabolism. So slow, they move like they're buffering on dial-up internet. But here's the kicker. Their flesh is full of toxins that can make you hallucinate if you eat it. People in Iceland actually ferment it just to make it edible. That means while this shark has survived 5 centuries, your reward for catching one is a plate of nightmare sushi. Longevity goals? Sure. But being the Methuselah of fish only works when your lifestyle plan is live slow, die never, taste terrible. Honestly, the Greenland shark is basically the creepy old guy at the bar who never leaves, except he's also poisonous. Number 7. Glass frogs with transparent bodies. Glass frogs have transparent bodies. Their skin is so clear you can literally watch their hearts beat and guts squirm like a live biology lesson no one asked for. Scientists think it helps them blend into leaves by making their shadows vanish. Imagine if your work excuse was, "Don't worry, boss, you can see right through me." Their blood cells even pack themselves into the liver to make the frog more invisible, like shoving dirty laundry into the closet before guests arrive. It works, but the effect is creepy. They end up looking like haunted gummy bears with googly eyes. And here's the twist. Being see-through doesn't mean safe. Predators still find and eat them. Turns out, looking like glass doesn't stop you from shattering. They're a reminder that transparency sounds noble until someone can literally watch your stomach digest lunch. Great survival strategy if your dream is starring in the world's grossest X-ray slideshow. Number 6. Tardigrades that survive in space. Tardigrades can survive space. These microscopic water bears look like fat, wrinkly cushions with legs, yet they're tougher than 99% of Earth's species. They can endure boiling water, freezing cold, radiation, dehydration, and yes, even the vacuum of space. How? They enter cryptobiosis, curling into a death ball and shutting down all activity until conditions improve. Basically, nature's pause button. Meanwhile, you complain if Starbucks runs out of oat milk. But hold up, they're not invincible. Recent experiments show repeated doses of radiation and vacuum eventually kill them. Space wins, it just takes longer. Still, imagine something smaller than a grain of salt shrugging off the same cosmic nightmare that would obliterate us in seconds. They're proof that looking like a plush toy doesn't mean fragile. Tardigrades are the universe's way of saying, surprise, the apocalypse survivor looks like a chubby raisin with legs. Number 5. Zombie fungus controlling ants. Zombie fungus controls ants. Sounds like Resident Evil, but it's just another Tuesday in the rainforest. Ophiocordyceps spores land on an ant, take over its muscles, and force it to climb up a plant before sprouting a death stalk straight through its skull. Free billboard placement for fungal babies. Scientists found it doesn't hijack the brain, but puppeteers the ant's body like a twisted marionette. Imagine being forced to DoorDash yourself to your own funeral. Whole colonies can be wiped out this way. But here's the kicker. Each fungus species only infects one ant species. So no, you're not next. Unless mushrooms at the grocery store have been plotting against you. The real nightmare? Humans already exploit fungi for medicine and biotech. So today, it's ants. Tomorrow, who knows? Zombie fungus proves horror doesn't need zombies. It just needs mushrooms with ambition. Number 4. Parasitic wasps that inject living hosts. Parasitic wasps inject living hosts with eggs. Their larvae hatch inside and eat their victim alive from the inside out. Basically alien, but at insect scale. Some wasps even deliver a virus alongside the eggs, disabling the host's immune system. That's not evolution, that's hacking. And yet, farmers love them, using parasitic wasps as natural pest control. So while we gag, agriculture calls them eco-friendly assassins. Imagine being eaten alive while someone writes it off as organic. But it gets weirder. Certain wasps manipulate their host's behavior, forcing caterpillars to babysit the larvae that are literally devouring them. Stockholm Syndrome, but bug edition. Proof that nature doesn't just invent torture, it franchises it. The parasitic wasp is living evidence that the universe watched Alien and said, yes, let's make that real. Number 3, platypus that breaks biology rules. Platypuses break biology rules. They've got duckbills, beaver tails, otter feet, and lay eggs while still producing milk without nipples. When British scientists first studied one, they thought it was a taxidermy prank. Nope. Nature just blacked out drunk and stitched leftovers into a new animal. But wait, it gets wilder. Male platypuses have venomous spurs on their legs, capable of delivering pain so intense morphine doesn't help. Oh, and their fur glows under UV light, because why not? Imagine explaining that to Tinder. Yeah, I glow, I'm venomous, and I lay eggs. And here's the kicker. Their venom isn't lethal to humans, but it can incapacitate predators. So not only is the platypus proof that evolution has a sense of humor, it's also proof that weirdness itself can be a survival strategy. Their biology's middle finger to anyone who thinks animals make sense. Number 2, flying snakes gliding through air. Flying snakes glide through the air. Because apparently regular slithering wasn't nightmare fuel enough. They launch from treetops, flatten their bodies into ribbons, and wiggle mid-air like demonic streamers, traveling up to 100 feet. Scientists studying them with slow-motion cameras discovered the wriggling actually makes them more stable, not less. Translation, their panic dance is actually aerodynamic perfection. Meanwhile, you trip walking upstairs. They glide mainly to escape predators or reach prey, but watching a snake fly is pure chaos fuel. The twist? They're not venomous and rarely dangerous to humans. But tell that to the guy who just saw a serpent raining from the sky. Birds evolved wings. Snakes said, nah, I'll just flatten myself and YOLO. It's like watching a rope suddenly develop ambitions. Number 1. Worms revived after 40,000 years in ice. Worms revived after 40,000 years in ice. Siberian permafrost thawed, and scientists found roundworms that simply woke up. Like, oh, cool, what century is it? 40 millennia of sleep, no breakfast, and straight back to wriggling. Their trick? Cryptobiosis, shutting down until conditions improve. Basically tardigrade-style nap mode. Imagine falling asleep during mammoths and waking up to TikTok thirst traps. Terrifying. But here's the plot twist. These worms are now studied for clues to long-term cell preservation, which means their ancient nap could one day help preserve human organs or even astronauts. Of course, there's also the small issue that thawing ancient things risks releasing prehistoric parasites or pathogens, because nothing says great idea like reviving Ice Age germs. Still, these worms prove that life can survive being on pause for longer than all of human history. The ultimate comeback story, or the ultimate Pandora's box.